Hello and welcome to my channel, The Board Geek. My name is Tyler Murray, and today we're going to discuss web design. Okay, so first off, a lot of people want to actually get into web design, and if you're one of them, that's great because I'm going to help you. Okay, so the first question that I get from time to time is, I don't have a whole lot of money, so I can't buy a Dreamweaver, so what do you recommend I use to actually make websites? Okay. Well, first off, if you've watched any of my other tutorials, you know that I like to use free and open source software, especially in my video game design course that I'm making. And if you are interested in learning video games, go check it out. It's still in the early stages by the time that this video is made, but we're making a full-fledged video game. Okay, and again, that's with free and open source software. And like my video game series, we are also going to be using free and open source software. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is what program I would recommend using in comparison to, say, Dreamweaver. That is 100% free. And that is Aptana Studio. Okay, at the present time, the latest release is Aptana Studio 3. And if you notice in this picture, it looks really busy, maybe a little scary if you're new to web design. Don't worry about that. I'm going to show you how to learn the basics all the way up to making a website that looks as good as the Aptana website, if not better. Okay, so first, go ahead and go to aptana.com, and once you go there, click on the products page, and then download Aptana Studio 3. Okay. And don't worry about all this fancy stuff right here. You know, it's going to ask for standalone or the Eclipse IDE plugin. Don't worry about that. Leave it on standalone. And you do not have to put in your name and email address. All you got to do is click on download. Okay. And now another thing really quick is, if you're getting into web design now and it's 2012, 2013, well, I don't know why I said 2012. We are in 2013. But if you're curious about HTML5, I'm going to teach you HTML5 and CSS3. Okay, and those are the languages, I guess you could call them, that allow you to create fancy, clean, and smooth websites that look really cool, run fast, don't require Flash or anything like that. Okay, so once you have Aptana downloaded and you install it, it's not too big of a file size in comparison to some other programs, especially proprietary. Another benefit of open source software. Okay, now let's see here. Another thing is, I kind of already covered what software we're going to use, but here's another thing that I made about 5 minutes ago. So the question of what software can I use without spending any money, and is it worth it? I already kind of covered that when I said Aptana. And I kind of covered this as well, if I don't know where to begin, you know, but that's what this tutorial series is going to be about, you know, taking you from knowing nothing to knowing as much as you can, if not everything. Okay, and also if you notice, I am actually in the web browser called Mozilla Firefox right now, and I made this, like I said, about 5 minutes ago. Okay, now what I'm about to show you is what Aptana Studio looks like, and I'm going to show you around a little bit because I want to jump into this head first and just start playing around, showing you the basics, showing you some little tidbits here and there that you don't get to learn in a classroom, and in the process, from the beginning of this series to the end, I'm going to show you step by step of how to make a fully fledged HTML5 website that works, and how to throw it onto a server and launch it for anyone in the world to see. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this out, and now let's look at Aptana Studio. Okay, so everything that you just saw in Firefox is actually programmed right here. That's 23 lines of code. It'd actually be a few lines less if I actually didn't put any spaces in between my lines. But I also like to keep my code clean, so that's why. Alright, but so first things first, is let's go ahead and clear this out, and we're going to go ahead and save it and load our web page. Drag it over, and what do you know, there's nothing. Okay, so actually, let's just bring this over a bit. Come on. The computer does not want to cooperate, apparently. Oh well, that's because it's Windows. And I'm not just saying that if you're a Mac user, okay, because Aptana also works on Mac. But I actually prefer working on Linux, but for my game design software, I do need Windows. Okay, so as you can see, blank slate, there's nothing here. So what I'm going to give you right now is a quick little rundown of the Aptana interface and how it works between the IDE and the end result. Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and just start typing. Just any garbage. In fact, welcome to the Board Geek. If I go ahead and hit save, and then come over to Firefox and hit refresh, you see it just comes out right there. Well, that was pretty easy, right? Well, here's the problem. If I go ahead and come down a couple lines, type some more, hit save again, back over to Firefox and hit refresh, it's just one long string of verbal diarrhea. Okay, yet over here we have these spaces. Now the reason why it's not actually doing what we wanted it to when we told it to jump down a couple lines is because it doesn't have any sense of direction. And this is where in the next video I'm going to show you what tags are, the basics of HTML, and then I'm actually going to show you how to give your basic website some structure so we can start building a foundation. Okay, so for now, thank you for watching. I hope I wasn't too boring, and I will go ahead and put a link for Aptana Studio in the description. That way if you don't want to have to type it out, you can just click on it, you know. But other than that, like I said before, I'm going to teach you the basics all the way up through professional level web design. Okay, so if you are interested in this, please subscribe, please check out my channel. You know, if you are curious about making video games, definitely go to my channel and definitely subscribe. My GDS series is, like I said, in early stages at this point, but we're going from A to Z just like we're going to with web design. So until then, have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.